I've been playing the Red and MotoGP titles for a while now, so what I'm saying is from the viewpoint, and some of this won't necessarily apply if you're new to Milestone motor racing titles. From Brightfire, I agree with what a few others have said, in that the bike physics do feel a bit better, but that also means it can be a bit more unforgiving. It feels like you are much more on the limit with the tire grip, and there's far more risk of a low side coming into the turn too hard or wiping out the rear out the corner if your TCS is lower than you can handle. It's also always nice to have a new content, even if it doesn't really feel like there is much of it. I'm quite enjoying the dirt races, both enduro and the supermoto races, and it's nice break from the slogging through the same old road circuits. The Bridgestone school also seems to be reasonably well done, but I do wish they would take it a step further and get into the finer details of the things like forward backward body position and how it makes the bike behave. Beyond that, I don't really see that much change from the Red Fire. It's got a new coat of the paint in the whole festival. Thing ripped from the straight from the Forza Horizon series, although I can actually like the soundtrack this time around. You can upgrade more components on your bike than before, but choosing one brand over another for the same part, other than the exhaust and wheels looking visually different, makes absolutely no difference and seem completely pointless. These feel like a small iterative changes worth a flag, a right fire expansion pack, but not a full price AAA game with season passes and such. Also, this is far from truly important, but for the love of God, can we finally get some players models that don't look like they're from PS1 game outside of races? Maybe even a rudimentary way of customizing of characters instead of the same six heads from every ride and MotoGP game for the last 4 to 5 years? More seriously, Ride 6 just feel like it's missing a killer feature, something that really keeps people coming back to the game day after day. It would be amazing if they could facilitate a league of clubs or something along these lines. Maybe some strange motorcycle racing version of a roguelike, who knows? The point is that the restructuring of the single player non racing parts of the game adds a really nothing of value over previous games, and the improvements in the actual racing are welcome but small. Graphics 12 out of 10, absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's very much like a Horizon Festival feel, 9 out of 10, but it being new and fresh. Bike track choice, 8 out of 10, the backers are super cool, as is the off-road with the Enduro. The used bike market that's changed every 2 weeks is slick. Ride 3 still reigns as the best for overall bike choices. Where there is Coda still. It's the only track us Americans have to drag out about your own the MotoGP games that have in there. That being said, plenty of solid tracks to rip on. Bike physics, I don't know, they aren't worse than Bright 5, which was pretty incredible, but they're just different. It's hard to explain, but it's pretty good overall. The big baggers have the weight that needs to be controlled. The off-road stuff lets you get pretty loose with the backends. 7.5 out of 10 sounds 8 out of 10, pretty accurate sounds for the bikes themes. Menu home music it's worlds better. Overall 8.5 out of 10. I'd say Bright 6 is a big jump in graphics and a polished but not revolutionary move in terms of how the game is played. Is it still fun? Absolutely. Is it worth if you didn't buy Red 5 or are completely new to the series and love motorcycle racing? Yeah. But if you play the last couple of ride games, it's basically more of the same plus dirt racing. Not there anything wrong with that, but you may not want to shell out for this one at the full price.